The fall in the value of Tesla's stock price is truly astounding, especially when you compare it to companies like BYD. BYD's stock has gone up by 35% over the past few months, whereas Tesla's, well, the value of the company has fallen by half since Donald Trump was elected.
Tesla's stock has crashed nearly 50%, showrooms are swarmed with angry protesters, and charging stations are being vandalized across major cities. People who once bragged about owning a Tesla are now selling their cars in protest, while hashtags like boycott Tesla and dump Musk flood every social media platform. Elon Musk, once the face of innovation, is now at the center of global outrage. His political moves, erratic behavior, and broken promises fueling the fire. Sales are collapsing in China, crumbling in Europe, and barely holding on in the US, even with massive price cuts. So here's the question: is this the beginning of the end for Tesla?
Chart, you can see the revenue overall for the company and also net income and free cash flow. That's blue and orange respectively below. And you can see that margins are on the decline. So the trends for Tesla's business, not really positive at the moment. Automotive.
Tesla's stock isn't just slipping, it's crashing hard. Since Trump stepped back into the White House, Tesla shares have dropped by nearly 50%. That's not a small dip, that's a full-blown meltdown. Investors who once saw Elon Musk as untouchable are backing out fast, some cashing in before it gets worse. And honestly, it's no surprise. For years, Tesla's value on Wall Street wasn't just about how many cars they sold, it was built on hype, promises, and future dreams. But now, reality is catching up. The market's more competitive, the company's under pressure, and people are finally questioning whether Tesla is as solid as they thought. Big players who used to stand by Tesla through everything are getting nervous, and when Wall Street starts to panic, the ripple effect is huge. Confidence is fading, and for a company that thrives on momentum, that's a dangerous place to be.
In total, registrations were down almost 50% year over year in these countries. Now there's a couple of explanations for this. One, inventory may be down a little bit because they're upgrading some of the Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. But I don't think there's any doubt that Tesla's third biggest market, which is Europe, is probably going to have a decline in demand in 2025.
It's one thing when a company's stock takes a hit, but it's a whole different story when people stop buying what you're selling, and that's exactly what's happening to Tesla. The sales are falling fast, and it's not just one region. In China, which used to be Tesla's biggest growth engine, local brands like BYD and NIO are stealing the spotlight. The Chinese government is backing its own companies now, and Tesla is no longer the favorite. Over in Europe, it's the same story. Buyers have choices now: Volkswagen, Hyundai, Mercedes, and these cars are matching or even beating Tesla on features and price. In the US, Tesla tried slashing prices to keep people interested, but it's not working anymore. The excitement just isn't there, and worse, trust in the brand is fading. When customers walk away, it's more than just bad numbers. It's a sign that the love affair with Tesla might be over.
Amen.
Some owners who no longer want to be associated with Musk are selling their Teslas.
It was entirely because of the way he was behaving in public and the extremism that he was portraying.
There was a time when pulling up in a Tesla turned heads. It meant that you were ahead of the curve, tech savvy, environmentally conscious, and kinda cool. But things have changed. These days, owning a Tesla doesn't come with the same bragging rights. In fact, for some people, it's becoming a bit of a red flag. The market's flooded with solid electric car options now. Ford, GM, Hyundai, they're all making impressive EVs that look good, drive well, and don't come with the baggage. And that baggage? It's Elon Musk. The endless drama, the political takes, the erratic behavior, it's rubbing people the wrong way. Many longtime Tesla fans are walking away. Some are even ditching their cars and posting about it online and telling others to steer clear. It's not just about the car anymore, it's about what the brand represents, and for a growing number of people, it's just not worth the trouble. When people at the top start walking away, it's usually not a good sign, and that's exactly what's happening at Tesla. Elon Musk's brother, Kimball Musk, has sold off millions of dollars worth of Tesla stock.
The vehicles were damaged on Wednesday.
Someone or people had the misinformation damage upwards of 80 Tesla motor vehicles on the property.
The chief financial officer packed up and left. Even longtime board members who used to swear by the company are stepping down and cashing out. These aren't random investors. They're the ones who've seen the inside of Tesla and who know what's going on behind the scenes. So if they're losing confidence, what does that say about the future? It's a huge red flag. When insiders bail, it tells the rest of the market that trouble might be coming. And right now, that message is loud and clear. People are realizing that Tesla isn't the unstoppable force it used to be. The folks who once stood firmly behind Elon Musk are heading for the exit, and fast. People aren't just walking away from Tesla quietly, they're making noise, and a lot of it. Across the country, the backlash is turning into a full-blown movement. You've got protests outside Tesla dealerships, angry crowds holding signs, and even showrooms being occupied. In cities like New York and Chicago, charging stations have been vandalized, and it's not just the company that's being targeted. Owners of the Cybertruck are getting harassed too. Some say just driving a Tesla is enough to get side-eyed in public. Online, it's just as intense. Hashtags like dump Musk and boycott Tesla are trending like wildfire. People are organizing, sharing stories, and encouraging others to ditch the brand altogether. And this isn't some short-lived outrage. It's growing day by day, fueled by frustration over Musk's behavior and what Tesla represents now. What used to be a symbol of progress is suddenly the target of one of the biggest consumer-led revolts we've seen in years. What's happening to Tesla isn't just a few angry customers sounding off online. It's a full-on organized campaign to take the company down. Sites like TakeTeslaDown.com are leading the charge, and they're not messing around. People are working to flood the market with used Teslas, trying to tank the resale value and scare off future buyers. It's a clever move, but once resale prices drop, nobody wants to be stuck with a car they can't get rid of. On social media, the message is spreading fast. Former Tesla owners, activists, and frustrated customers are joining forces, posting stories, sharing screenshots, and rallying others to join the boycott. And for a brand that built its success on image and reputation, this kind of public revolt is devastating. Tesla didn't just sell cars, it sold a lifestyle. Now, that lifestyle is being picked apart, piece by piece, and the damage is showing. It's impossible to talk about Tesla's fall without mentioning Elon Musk. For years, he was seen as the genius behind the brand, the bold, brilliant guy changing the future. But lately, he's becoming more of a liability than a leader. His open support for Donald Trump has seriously backfired, especially with Tesla's original base, people who cared about the environment and leaned progressive. For a lot of them, owning a Tesla suddenly feels political, and not in a good way. Add in Musk's constant social media rants, off-the-wall tweets, and unpredictable behavior, and the brand starts to feel unstable. The same guy who once inspired people is now turning them away. Even loyal fans are saying they're done. When your CEO is more famous for controversy than innovation, it's hard to keep the spotlight on the product. And for Tesla, that shift is starting to hurt, badly. There was a time when Tesla had Washington on its side, government incentives, tax breaks, all of it. But those days are over. Under the Trump administration, the support Tesla once counted on is drying up fast. The spotlight has shifted to other American automakers like Ford and GM, with the government now pushing incentives their way instead. Tesla's no longer the clean tech darling, it's just one player in a much bigger, more crowded game. And it doesn't stop there. Regulators are cracking down hard on Tesla's self-driving claims. Federal agencies are digging into whether the company exaggerated the safety and readiness of its technology. For Tesla, that's a serious blow. A big chunk of their plans and investor confidence was tied to that self-driving promise. Losing government backing and facing deeper scrutiny all at once, that's a brutal combo, and it's making the road ahead look a lot rougher for Musk and his team. Tesla's troubles in China are getting worse by the day, and for a company that relied heavily on that market, it's a major blow. China was once Tesla's biggest growth engine, sales were booming, and the brand had serious status, but things have changed fast. The Chinese government is throwing its full support behind homegrown EV makers like BYD and NIO while tightening the rules on Tesla. So what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.